Hi everybody, and welcome back to our travel channel. Join me today on my flight from Toronto Pearson to London Heathrow in early November 2021. I flew out of Terminal 1 on the Air Canada flight to Heathrow earlier this month. Here is a glimpse of the beautiful fall sunset in Toronto as I make my way to Pearson Airport. I wasn't able to get any footage of the check-in as there was a huge crash on the highway, so I almost missed the cutoff time for check-in. However, the check-in counter was super chaotic and busy in Terminal 1. Here we have the line for security, which took approximately 10 to 20 minutes to get through. My gate was in the E section, so I had a long walk to my gate. At the time I traveled, the UK government's requirements for me included completing a passenger locator form before traveling and booking a day 2 COVID-19 arrival test out of my own pocket. Here is a copy of my passenger locator form, censored for personal information, of course. Some questions they ask include personal information like name, date of birth, passport number, etc., your vaccination status, address, some previous travel in the last 10 days, and stuff like that. I submitted my passenger locator form before I got to Toronto Pearson Airport, as the check-in or baggage drop counter staff checked my documents and vaccination status before allowing me to check in or drop my bag. I was disappointed to see that the high-speed travelator or escalator was closed for maintenance, so I actually had to walk to my gate. Luckily, it was only one section that was closed, but the high-speed one still remained closed for the whole section, and the mid-speed one is open, as you can see. Surprisingly, the UK government's requirements for me, as a fully vaccinated green list arrival, did not require me to do a pre-departure COVID-19 test in Toronto. Here we have the infamous Tilted Spheres by Richard Serra. The gate area was quite busy and crowded, with many people waiting to fly out of Toronto Pearson that night. I want to note that it was quite difficult to find a functioning water fountain by the gate area. Usually there are water fountains to refill your water bottle by the washrooms, but lately they've been closed due to COVID. At boarding, they checked my boarding pass, and asked me to remove my mask to check my identity. It was the usual boarding by zone numbers, so therefore it was not that crowded. After takeoff, they handed out personal hygiene kits, which contained hand sanitizing gel of 70% ethyl alcohol, some antiseptic wipes, and an individually wrapped mask. They also gave out headphones. I was served 2 meals on my flight from Toronto to London Heathrow. The first meal was dinner, and the second meal was offered shortly before landing. For dinner, I had chicken and potato with some sort of salad with olives, and the usual bread roll and a brownie for dessert. Here is a better look of my chicken and potatoes, and some drinks, of course. Approximately 1 hour before landing, they offered some breakfast, which consisted of a pre-packaged croissant and yogurt with some drinks. Unfortunately, I was not able to choose my yogurt flavor. Upon arrival at London Heathrow Airport, everybody disembarked the normal way with no special instructions. As per usual British fashion, London welcomed us with overcast skies. At Heathrow, I walked to customs and immigration, where I lined up for around 20 to 30 minutes to use the e-gate. There were no special or different protocols at the e-gate, and nothing out of the ordinary. I believe Border and Immigration only spot check for passenger locator forms. Once through the e-gate, my luggage was already waiting for me on the ground and not on the carousel, which was quite efficient. When I got home, my day 2 lateral flow COVID test was waiting for me in my mailbox. I booked my test with a company called Nationwide Pathology for around £18. I found them on the gov.uk website. Here I am preparing to take the test. I believe I had already swabbed myself because it's a bit gross to do that on camera. So here I am sticking the swab into the buffer liquid. What is this? I decided to read the instructions again because I wasn't sure how I was supposed to do it. Here's the packet or the test where you actually drop your buffer liquid and your swab into the reader. The instructions said to make sure you squeeze all the liquid out of the swab, as a swab is a cotton or absorbent material, so you don't want all the liquid to stay on that swab. Now I dropped a few drops into the reader and waited for the results. After following the instructions to self-swab, I was required to upload a picture of my final result. And that was it. Back in the UK. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and follow for more content.